something corticosteroid, prednisolone, everything is steroid induced. Okay. Sorry guys, एक बार फिर से मेरे को start करना पड़ेगा because I had not recorded. I started recording like this. So today topic is AVN. Okay. So what is AVN? AVN is avascular necrosis. So it is avascular necrosis means there is a decreased blood supply to the head of the body, which leads to necrosis. Necrosis means the bone goes into necrosis, bone die, and because of the avascularity, it go into necrosis. Okay. So normal bone is like having structural support. If there is if bone becomes dead, it will leads to collapse. Okay. Avascular can be because of traumatic and atraumatic. Because of trauma of the femur neck, the head goes into AVN. And atraumatic, there's a lot of causes. Okay. So AVN is aseptic necrosis. Is also known as aseptic necrosis because there is no sepsis inside. There is no infection and nothing going on inside. It is because of the decreased blood supply, the body itself going into necrosis. So it is aseptic necrosis. So this is something which should be remembered. It is aseptic. Okay, sorry. So this is something to remember, aseptic thing. Okay. Then avian sites. Avian sites, the most common site is left side. So lunate, this is femur, this is talus, and this is scaphoid. Okay. So there is a four sides. The four sides is more important. Where femur and talus, these two things, there is a neck fracture. Okay. Femur, talus, there is a neck fracture. And femur, there is a head go into avian. In talus, the body will go into avian. The third is a scaphoid. So scaphoid is this shape. Okay. It's a dumbbell shape near about scaphoid, and there is a scaphoid ka this waist fracture. So this is not a waist fracture, and the problem goes into proximal pole. Okay, so this is proximal, this is distal. So proximal pole fracture problems. Okay, just wait, clear it. So traumatic causes the femur of neck femur fracture. Non-traumatic, there are a lot of causes. One most common cause is steroid. Whenever you take steroid in skin problems, kidney problems, malignancy, and other things, the steroid overuse leads to avascular necrosis. Excess alcohol for 10-15 years, if you are taking alcohol for 10-15 years, it leads to AVN. Sickle cell, there is a sickling phenomena where there is a stasis of blood flow. Okay, and sometimes the blood clots are there and the blood cannot go into the femur head. So it also can cause AVN. Then deep sea divers. Okay, in deep sea divers, there is a problem of high pressure which leads to thrombosis of the blood vessels, and because of that, they can cause AVN. So most common cause is idiopathic, since you don't find the reason of the AVN. Okay, since it is not, if it is atraumatic and you cannot find the alcohol and all that, so you mostly attribute it to idiopathic, and most commonly 70 to 80% of AVN is still idiopathic. You don't know the reason. Okay. Then trauma, because of trauma, the blood vessels disrupt and the supply to the head will go on. Okay. Then steroid induced, if you're taking steroid like corticosteroid for prednisolone, methylprednisolone for asthma. So people who have asthma have usually take the budesonide and all that for their asthma related. Skin problems, immunological disease, renal transplant, is all steroid induced. So the steroid induced, there is AVN. Okay. So AVN in this systemic problems are usually bilateral. Okay. If it is traumatic, it is either right side or left side. You cannot have bilateral. Okay. Because if you never know it cannot be bilateral in trauma, but something like systemic thing like steroid, alcohol, then deep sea diving and all that. So in those you can have this one bilateral. Okay, so bilateral things are there. Okay. So others disease are Casson's disease. Casson's disease is the same deep sea diving disease. So because of deep sea diving, the pressure is high. Then Gaucher's disease is something, I think some liver related metabolic syndrome. So it's also found in Gaucher's disease. Then polycythemia, because of too much of RBCs, there is a clotting. It's same as sickling phenomena. Then there is a congenital. There's two problems. One is SCFA and Perthes. So Perthes is a avascular necrosis in children. So sometimes it is Perthes is also known as avian in children. So Perthes and SCFA. So what is the normal complaint? So normally if there is decreased supply to any, if your heart don't have any blood supply, the heart go into ischemia and there's a pain of ischemia. So you have a heart attack and all that. The same thing goes into hip. If your head is not getting the blood, okay, so it will start giving you pain. So the pain will start, okay. As the pain will start, it will go into front of thigh, groin, buttocks, okay. Because of the pain, when you walk with limp, okay. So you walk with some pain in your hip, okay. So it is limping, okay. Stiffness occurs later on whenever the circularity of head start destroying after some time. Since the bone is becoming dead, it will start collapsing. When it start collapsing, there would be stiffness, okay. And night pains is always there, but night pain is more characteristic of tuberculosis rather than avian. Complain as the same thing, okay. So you just I will show you some. So normally, so this is the circularity of head, okay. Normally head is circular like this, okay. And this is your acetabulum, okay. So normally the forces are like, these are the normal forces, okay. So these are the normal forces and all that going on, okay. With time, if there is a problem of the head, okay, the head is circular, but since there is a problem of this femur neck, okay, now the circularity, this is whole dead, okay. So this whole becomes dead, the head becomes dead, okay. I will show you this. So now, since the whole circularity has gone, okay, so now the head will become like this, okay. It become like the circularity will gone and there is a collapse of the margins, okay. So there's a multiple collapse, okay. So there is a cartilage, okay. So there's a cartilage in the acetabulum and cartilage in the any joint have the cartilage. So when there is a circularity, the cartilage are very much okay with that. But when there is the contour of the head has gone, it start destroying the cartilage. And as soon as it is destroyed the cartilage, and as soon as this bone will start connecting with this bone, the pain will start. Okay, so initially the pain will start as, okay. Later on, as the head become more circular, more like this rough, it will start with stiffness, okay. So pain, then stiffness will come on, okay. Then depending upon which site, okay. So normally if you consider, okay, so normally if this is your head, okay, normally if this is your head and this is your acetabulum, so normally this area is the main area, postero superior area, okay. So posterior and superior area, or you can, so this is postero superior. So posterior and superior area is the main area where there is a axial transmission, or the body weight goes into that area. So initially the first area which goes into avian is posterior superior area, okay. So posterior superior area is going to avian, okay. So this area will destroy, okay. The rest area there will no pain, but this area, if there is a connection of this area to the acetabulum, it will give pain. And that's the basic of sectoral sign. What is sectoral sign? So sectoral sign is, in some position you will feel no pain, and in some position you will feel pain. So it's like sectoral sign is different, the different problems, different what do you say, so in different positions you will feel more mobile, and in different position you will feel less mobile. So if like internal rotation with hip extension, if your hip is extended, okay, you have straight hip, okay, your legs are very straight in lying down position. If see lying down position, hips are in extension. When you internal rotate, it will rotate more, okay. While in flexion, okay, it will rotate less. So you just remember the sign, sectoral sign. Why sectoral sign? Because सेक्टोरल साइन क्यों होता है? बिकॉज ओनली वन सेगमेंट इज इनिशियली डिस्ट्रॉयड. ऐसा नहीं कि शुरू में सारे डिस्ट्रॉयड हो जाते हैं, ओनली पोस्टो सुपीरियर यूजुअली अफेक्टेड. सो ये सारे मूवमेंट्स होंगे, ये सारे जॉइंट्स के यहाँ मूवमेंट्स होंगे, ओनली दिस मूवमेंट विल बी अफेक्टेड इनिशियली. सो दिस इज द बेसिक ऑफ सेक्टोरल साइन. The second sign which you can see is Trendelenburg test. So Trendelenburg test is a long topic, and I will teach you later on. Just remember Trendelenburg also present in this. Okay, now you come to X-rays. Okay, so X-rays में क्या होता है? So early stage of avian, So avian is also a slow process, like chronic osteomyelitis and all that. So it's a very slow process. You cannot find avian X-ray in 1 day or 2 days. Okay. So initially it takes many months to come in X-ray. So initially, if the patient start getting pain and you do an X-ray, you will not find any problem in your X-ray. Okay. So initially you have to find that problems in MRI or bone scan. Okay. Initially you cannot find an X-ray. So what you find in X-ray is something, you can see in earlier stage you cannot find anything. In later stage you can see the collapse of head. So head will collapse. So you see this one. See this one. This is very circular. Okay. This is very circular bone. Okay. This is a very circular bone. Okay. It's very circular. Now you see this one. This is a very collapse. Okay. This is a very collapse. So it start collapsing. So the circularity of head had gone. Okay. So that is the main crux of the avian. Okay, because of circularity goes, you will start getting pain. So MRI finding, you just so MRI finding is like, okay, MRI finding, you find this bone marrow edema. Okay, so just two things you should remember. There's a lot of things, but you two things you remember. One is crescent sign, okay, and one is double line sign. Okay. So what is crescent? So rest all you can find, jo collapse, joint effusion, EAO and all that edema. So what is crescent? Crescent is like this one, chand ki tarah. Okay, this is crescent sign. Okay, double line sign, I will show you this. This both I will show you. So crescent sign and double line sign you find in MRI. So see, this is crescent. Okay, chand ki tarah. Now you see this one. यहाँ पे देखो. This is the crescent sign. Okay. So in X-ray and MRI you will find this crescent sign. Okay. This crescent sign. Okay. The other thing is double line sign. So there you will find these two lines in the MRI. Okay. So these two, so in X-ray you will find collapse. The rounding of the circular head has gone. In MRI or X-ray you will find this double line sign. Mostly in MRI you will find this because you cannot appreciate better in X-ray. So in MRI you can appreciate this is double line sign. Okay, there's two lines. Okay, upper one and lower one, and one is the crescent sign. So this is the crescent sign. Okay, these two things you find in MRI. This is the progression. This is circular. Then start यहाँ पे देखो, start flattening out. Okay, flattening out होने लगता है. And the circularity of head will go now. MRI, you see this upper portion is more black. Okay, this whole is white. This is black. So this black means यहाँ पे destroy होना चालू हो गया. So an avian of hip can be सबसे first diagnosis if you think MRI. You should do MRI. क्योंकि MRI में as soon as the bone marrow edema starts, the MRI will show you the problem. Okay, and X-ray will show you after so many times. Bone scan is also very sensitive. Bone scan में क्या होता है? You just put radioactive material into the body, and where there is too much of activity going on, the bone scan will show that activity. But the best thing, if you have asked, it will be MRI. Okay, the best investigation. Now we have MRI. So what treatment is which is the stage. It's either it is like starting of the avian, you are diagnosed by MRI, or later after 1-2 years when head become totally destroyed and because of stiffness you diagnose this avian. So depending upon which time span you are there, you judge the treatment accordingly. Okay. So it is mostly irreversible. Okay, avian is mostly irreversible. You cannot, once it goes into necrosis, you cannot regenerate it. Okay. So the medical management is something like you start with painkillers, you give him crutch walking, then sometimes bisphos, blood thinning drugs. Okay, why it is blood thinning drug? As sickle cell is like blood clotting drug, blood clotting phenomena. Sometimes blood thinners can help into increasing your blood supply to the femoral head. So blood thinning drugs are also important. Now there is a study of India which shows bisphosphonates. Bisphosphonates can increase the revascularization, but how much you never know. So bisphosphonates you can keep it for MCQ purpose. Okay. So surgically, so if there is no collapse, okay. So if the head is very circular, everything is okay, and it's initial of the team avian. Okay. So what you do? You do core decompression. I will show you what is core decompression. So core decompression is just allowing it is like a revascularization process. You start revascularization so that more blood will go and there would be no avian. Okay. If it is an advanced stage where there is a destruction of whole bone, so you have to remove that bone and you have to do replacement or something like that. Okay, so this is the decompression of femoral head. So what we do in decompression of femoral, we drill. Okay, so यहाँ से एक drill जाता है, it is like 10 mm का drilling होता है. You remove whole bone, इधर से पूरा bone remove करते हैं यहाँ तक. Okay, so it's like यहाँ से you just remove whole bone. Okay, you drill there, यहाँ तक drill कर देते हैं. Okay, इसके ऊपर तक drill कर देते हैं. As you drill ना, there is a lot of revascularization starting. Okay, so revascularization start हो जाता है. So sometimes we just drill and come out. Okay, and sometimes we put a fibular graft. So sometimes we put a fibula. Okay, what is the aim of fibular graft? So fibula bone के पास पहले से blood supply रहता है, so it can increase the revascularization process. These are the two things which we can do. Okay, so decompression of femoral head. If the head is all okay, okay, so head all okay है, there is no necrosis. So this is something. Post necrosis you cannot do anything. एक बार necrosis हो गया, then the head goes into irreversible position. Now you cannot do anything other than the removal of the head. So initial अगर है, if avian अभी बहुत नहीं आया है, so you can try this. So it is an initial process. Okay, so you decompress, इसको decompression बोलते हैं. Normally क्या होता है कि पेन बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है फीमर हेड में, because there is a capsule and inside there is a necrosis going on. So there is a intra-compartmental pressure बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है. You drill it, you remove that whole bone, so the pressure decrease हो जाता है, उससे pain भी कम हो जाता है, and there is some chance of increased revascularization. Okay, so it decrease the pressure, okay, and stimulate the revascularization. So drilling इसको बोलते हैं. Okay, so you drill. It does not cure, but it delay. It tries to help, but it cannot reverse the avian. Okay. This is a drilling of the femoral head. Okay. Now, so sometimes decompress and put some allograft, some bone pieces you put just to increase the vascularization. क्योंकि bone में पहले से normal bones में पहले से blood supply रहते हैं. So you put the bone so that you get blood supply. Okay. Then stem cell treatment, but it's not useful. But it's a research. You never know. This is important. The fibular graft. Okay, so you put fibular graft. So you remove that bone and you put fibular graft. यहाँ से ये fibular graft डाल देते हैं. You put this fibular graft, and sometimes fibular graft helps you restoring blood supply. Okay. So this is your fibular stud graft. So यहाँ पे ये bone रहता है, fibular bone रहता है. You just put the fibular bone. Okay. Post operative management क्या होता है? You just decompress, crutch walking करते हैं, because obviously you had to remove bone, so it is weaker. Okay, so crutch walking बोलते हैं. Okay, now the second thing is hip replacement. What is the hip replacement? The head which has dead, so there is no purpose of this head bone. Okay, you have to remove this. You remove this head and put a new head. Okay, that is head replacement. So you remove this whole head. Okay, यहाँ से remove करते head and you put this new stem and new head. This is known as total hip replacement. This is a structure. So this is new head. Okay, it's all metallic. It is put into the. You remove the head. You remove the stem. Okay, you put a new stem. You put a new neck, and you put a new head. You put a new acetobulum, and this is known as THR. Okay, so this is the main choice, and this is choice of material is irrelevant for you people. Okay, so this the other thing you should remember this one. There's a word known as transient osteoporosis of hip joint. So osteoporosis, you know, transient means for a certain period. Okay, and hip joint, you know, obviously. So transient osteoporosis for a certain period there is osteoporosis, and which is also known as bone marrow edema. So there is a edema for this all occurs for a transient period, and this you should remember only one thing, that it is actually a pregnancy problem. Okay, so it is mainly a pregnancy problem. It is mostly third trimester में आता है. It comes and it goes. Spontaneous resolution होता है. Okay, so it अपने आप it will resolve by its own. Okay, you don't have to do anything. So it is spontaneous onset and it will resolve by its own. Okay, so it is a self-limited. Okay, vascular basis, sympathetic system. You just remember the name: transient osteoporosis, pregnancy, third trimester. It will come and it will go. Okay, by its own. There's nothing more significance to this. Okay, so there's another topic which is osteochondritis dissecans, but first we'll stick to this one, and if not, then we'll again go. Is there any issue regarding avian?